Oi.
In English, mate.
Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2.
Yeah. This is my good friend Helton.
Hello,
We
everyone.
call him Hamilton because he's very fast and the rest is self-explanatory.
Yeah, I think so.
So, Elton is here with me today to film the 987.2 Cayman S. This is a car that every time I share it on my Instagram, people from abroad, not the Portuguese people because we have high taxes and everything on cars, but all my foreign followers have been telling me, film that car is the bargain of the century. So here I am today with the 987.2, and I have one thing to tell you guys also. The car belongs to a Portuguese sponsor of mine, AR Line Motors. Probably means nothing to you guys, but it's a very cool dealership in Portugal. And this is about to become their newest, kind of not cheap, but still affordable track tool. The car is extremely impressive. I've done already 2 track days with it, but I'm filming it for the first time because the car is about to begin the process of being modified. So while it's still stock, we're gonna film the car. Elton is here also today because he went to British school and he was a flight attendant. So his English is...
Let's call it decent.
Yeah,
Should be
his
helpful.
English is decent. And he's also a very good cameraman. So you will be doing some B-roll. If you notice some improvement from the mini video, you know why. And it will be just part of the video.
Yeah, just gonna.
You can hold the camera now. So probably everyone knows the car in question. This is a 987.2 Cayman S. It's the facelift version of the Cayman S and is the most sorted out version of the Cayman S in a 987 generation. Why? It's more rare, or less units have been produced of the 987.2. It's PDK or manual. It's the first Cayman where you have the option to, not spec because the car is from 2009, but you can buy one if you find it with a PDK transmission. You have the 3.4 liter Boxer 6-cylinder engine producing 320 horsepower, and I have no idea of how many Newton meters of torque. Combine that with a great chassis, still very acceptable modern interior, quirks and features, everything else that the pro foreign YouTubers would say. A very nice intake sound, a very nice exhaust note, pre-OPF, all of that bullshit. And it's just a very fun car to drive for the price. I really believe this is the bargain of the century, as some of my followers have been calling this car. The car at the moment is completely stock. We took the car to Portimão. Car did around 79 laps, no problem. We took the car to Estoril, pouring rain. Not actually pouring rain, you have a better word to describe it. It was raining cats and dogs and pigs and all of that shit.
Yeah, just plenty of rain.
Yeah, if you check my Instagram, you can even see that I had a little
360 entry.
360 entry on the main straight. Wait. Holy shit! We're safe. No. Oh, we're safe. Cool. And we took the car to Braga also. It's Braga International Shit Circuit. It's a terrible circuit in Portugal. The layout is kind of cool. The curves are terrible and the tarmac is worse than probably Nigeria. Let's go into the Cayman and then let's take it out on a drive. The first thing that everyone will notice with a Cayman is you can do a very important test that I've been doing in Portuguese for many years now. I believe I was the first YouTuber to do it. The Cayman, we have one trunk that you can fit in perfectly. I'm having a blast. I think I'm more happy now filming this car in English than in Portuguese, just because it's a bit more challenging. You have trunk number 2 that you cannot fit in so easily, but with a bit of effort, you can probably close it. I'm not really sure.
It's really fit. I know it doesn't fit, but I'm just gonna squish it just for the hell of it.
Ah, almost! So, we have trunk test number 2. And when it comes to storage, you'll be like, oh, a sports Porsche with 2 trunks. So, going to Portimão, we always take both of our helmets here, luggage here, luggage up front. You'll see on the inside eventually that even the suction mount for the lap timer is there. You can carry everything you want. And then we have also a very important test that I do in Portuguese as well, and now I'm going to do it in English, which is the hide the stash test. We have spot number 1 to hide your stash. We have spot number 2, and it's a big one. You can fit in everything. You see, so hand, wrist, and then my forearm kind of goes everything into there. And then everything in this car is symmetrical.
Identical as the other, or symmetrical,
yeah,
whatever.
Sure. So now we have hide the stash number 3, exactly the same size. I can do like a phone test. I'm a broke guy, so this is not even like a Pro Max or something, but it's still a big phone. You cannot see it. And obviously, as you guys are expecting, we have, shit, my microphone is turned inside out.
Professional YouTuber over there.
Professional pinners. We have the stash number 4, also quite big. Luggage capacity and stash hiding capacity check. I'm feeling very posh, very British. Then I said the specs. We have 320 horsepower. We have that paired with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission, Porsche doppelganger, whatever that means. What are we going to do with this car? The car is fully stock. It went to the track only with braided lines, proper fluids, and sort of racing pads, so entry-level track pads from Ferodo. You can buy all of that with my coupon Genesio at Brakes Shop. Thank you. Whoa, sponsorship endorsement. What? Why are you being sponsored with 50 subscribers? Because I have 50,000 in Portugal. Yeah, shit number. I don't think I have anything else to say. I wanted to have a car, just as a fact of curiosity, I used to own a Nissan 370Z, was my first like proper sports car. The car that I had when I started my YouTube channel. And when I went to sell the car, I received the Golf R in parts exchange, but I wanted to sell the Golf R to buy a new sports car for me. Golf R is not a sports car, sorry, just a fart can. I wanted to get a 987.2 Cayman S. I ended up buying an M346 and then the Lotus and now a GT3. So now I'm not going back towards the Cayman. Still, I'm super excited because I've drove this car by now, as you can probably imagine, and is even more than what I expected from it now that I've been a YouTuber and I've driven cool cars and fast cars and more expensive cars. So I can only imagine the enjoyment that I would have gotten out of this car. I forgot the word car. If I had bought one when I was like 23. But in Portugal, and due to our taxes, it was a very expensive car, and I thought the M346 would be a better investment option. I ended up selling it like 1 year later, half a year later, to buy a Lotus, so there goes my investment. Still, this car is pretty cool. Let's take it out on the road, and my friend Hamilton will speak more on the test drive.
We shall see. Not sure about that, but...
Guys, we're behind the wheel of the Cayman S now. I just finished my Portuguese review, so now we're switching to English. And my friend is here to help me with that, my fluent friend. I'm gonna just point out 2 things that really annoy me about the Cayman S, and probably are the only ones that actually annoy me with this car. Everything else, I really find it great. I was gonna say good, I'm gonna say great, due to the price of the car and what it has to offer to you, comparing to the rest of the sports car market right now. I can only talk about prices in basically Europe, mostly Portugal or Germany, Denmark, the markets that I know. Still, I'm not sure about this car in the US, but it's probably cheap as hell. and in the UK everything is cheap as hell, so it might kind of follow the flow of the rest of the countries. But for example, in Portugal and in Europe, you want to buy a sports car like the Cayman S, you have other options on the market. The one I can think about the most is the M346, which is a cool car. I owned one, as I told you previously. But this, for me, right now, mid-engine sports car, it's a Porsche. It doesn't break down, it doesn't leave you stranded on the road. It's comfortable as a daily driver. I was gonna say driving instead driver. It's comfortable as a daily driver. He can tell you guys about that. He really enjoyed the car.
So pretty much, I don't know how tall I am in foot, so I'm just gonna say in centimeters. You guys can convert that as well. I'm 192 centimeters tall. I usually struggle quite a bit with smaller cars. That's the reason why I usually have the tendency of buying SUVs, because you know of the tall head clearance and the leg space and all of that. In this car, I'm pretty comfortable. I can't say I'm uncomfortable at all, because you know, even driving, I'm pretty chill.
You drove it on track?
Yeah, I drove it on track as well. The car was
wet, but
super fun.
Tá a ser gravado, isso é a parte fixe.
Deixa aí, foda-se.
Deixa ele vai driftar. Deixa ele, tipo, grava e eu vou driftar.
Já foi muito difícil de gostar. Easy if you don't go through the
dry line.
The dry line, as I found out. But you know, nothing happened, nothing serious. It was all good.
You got the car sideways as well?
Yeah, got the car sideways. Super fun to do that as well.
Rear wheels, it's running on track. The car is running 295s Nankang CRS tires. On the wet with CRS, you can just whoop. And
yeah, just you don't need to throw it that hard. Just use the gas. The car will get it. You just have to keep the balance.
Yeah, just need to manage the throttle input, and it's all good to go sideways through the entire length of the corner.
Regarding city driving and highway driving.
Yeah, you brought the car all back?
I brought the car from the tractor as well. It was a long journey because it was pouring out, but it was super comfortable as well. Zero complaints regarding that.
We have music?
Yeah, we have music, which is important. I love listening to music as well. Because, you know, I'm kind of an older type of guy. I like quiet cars, I like comfortable seats.
He is much younger than me.
I'm much younger than him, but, you know, I just like some comfortable creatures, things that you have, such as sound systems.
He's an old guy. He's an old guy.
Seats as
yeah,
well.
but no one has bad things to say about the car, except for two things. One of them, he also noticed it, and he thought he was the one to blame for that, which is the steering wheel. And I'll tell you guys about that in a second, but I'm shorter than him. I'm 180, and I have exactly the same struggle. So once you get into your driving position, which is not the best, it's not bad, but it's not the best, it's just a comfortable, sportier driving position with the seats. The steering wheel is massive. This thing is, there's no one coming behind us. This thing is fucking huge. Can we swear in English?
I'm not sure you should, but this thing is bloody big.
Yeah, but it's late on the video. It's probably 10 minutes by now. No one's noticing. So, turning the wheel, scraping through the leg. You're on the brakes, even if you're with your left foot, scraping on your leg. And even even if it's not scraping, the massive size of the steering wheel, and the seat is on its lowest position, and I could go lower. I could go deeper. Train meme. So those are the things that I really don't like about the Cayman: sitting position, steering wheel, and this one that you would have noticed that if you drove the car on dry track. The PDK is already annoying by being up a shift forward, back a shift, down a shift backwards. That's correct. So up a shift forward, down a shift backwards, and now on the steering wheel You have some weird paddle shifts. I have no clue why Porsche did this. Up a shift forwards and down a shift backwards on the same paddle. Same thing on both sides. What happens? You're going I'm about to die. You're going into a corner, hard, a tight hairpin. You tend to push yourself. You're like tense. You're driving. Yeah, you gotta win that golden pineapple, and you push the paddle forward, and now you're up a gear while driving. So then you need to go down, and you're ready to accelerate again into the sorry. I have something killing me in my throat, and it's not a huge dick. Are you ready to go on a hot lap on the road of tests? Guys, Sport Plus, PSM off, wing up if you have your car stationary with a wing up. We already know it's on finance. So, one thing cool about this car, brake pedal to the floor, flat on the accelerator, launch control, PDK upshift, PDK upshift again. It's so cool, and it's still an accessible car for you to have a sports car with a double clutch transmission. And it's still fast. It's not PDK nowadays standards fast, but it's fast. And the way you can carry the car with speed through corners, it's wonderful. And the car now is not on the semi-slicks. Ignore everything that I just said. So the car used to be on Nankang CRS semi-slicks, like I've told you guys in the intro. And the car with those tires, it's so fast, so pointy. The steering wheel, the steering response, it's so accurate that you point the car towards the inside of the corner, you carry it like a Porsche, you have just a bit of brake pedal insert so you can trail brake towards the inside of the corner, and then you're out. The way you drive this car is super cool, super. Do you guys have in English intuitive like we have?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, if it doesn't
It's
exist,
natural. It comes out natural.
yeah, it comes out natural. Good friend Hamilton, British Hamilton, Helton, my friend Hamilton, self-explanatory again. You're here to help me out. Thank you, British schoolboy. It's a wonderful experience to drive this car. The PDK is still fast. The way the chassis handles, the way the body rolls, it's predictable. It's friendly. It's user friendly actually. The car, you drove it. You know the car is user friendly. Power more than enough. Torque, you feel that you have a big engine. It's a 3.4 liter flat, flat six. No, not flat. Boxer. You guys say flat. Yeah, I think they say flat.
Absolutely no idea.
Yeah, neither do I, because now I'm remembering of the flat 12 of the Testarossa, and now I'm in doubt like it is the same thing, but I think they say flat 6, but it's a 6-cylinder boxer engine, 3.4 liter, 320 horsepower, Newton meters of torque, like I said, I don't remember, but it's more than enough. And the way the car carries speed, you can almost treat it like a very, very fast Miata. You get it up to speed, you don't waste speed on exaggerating braking, you don't waste speed on weird cornering lines. The car will just go through that easily. And when it's fitted with an Nankang CRS, which is all the confusion I was trying to tell you guys a bit earlier, it's very stable, and it's like on rails. With street tires, it's not the same conversation, but I'm more used to how the car drives with semi-slicks and with normal tires. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys. So now let's go up the road. We did the launch control thing, which is cool. We talked about everything that we like and we don't like on the car. So now let's just floor it and have some fun. And try not to press the paddle upwards. Gear ratio is also kind of long, so you carry second when you're on B roads, you carry second most of the time. On track, you also get into second for some tighter pins and not so long and not so fast corners. But the rest, we have nothing to complain. Ooh, I almost went out of the road now trying to be a racing driver. Nice cut. We don't have the same front end grip that we have with the proper tires. And I'm not sure if I said that, but the car is sitting on 997 turbo wheels. So when we are running on semi-slicks, we can fit 265 tires up front and 295 tires on the rear. While now with the normal street tires, the car is on 265s on the rear and 245s up front. And we didn't change the alignment, so the car is like set up to be stock, but with bigger, chunkier and faster, grippier tires up front. So that's why maybe on camera it's not noticeable, but you can feel that the front end is trying to go and then the rear end is trying to go as well, and the car slides equally on all four wheels. It's just lack of the grip. It's just lack of grip due to shitty tires. Can we jump in our own Flans garden?
We shall see.
Let's face it, let's accelerate as soon as possible, and kind of a jump.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of a jump.
The revs went a bit higher, so
Yeah, the brakes went a bit higher, so it meant that the car was not under load. And the braking capability, even though it's just a 4-piston caliper up front and on the rear, the car is also light. And the weight distribution, for example, compared to a 911, it's much more balanced. So the car braking capability is also quite good. And if you lift the throttle, you also get a little of lift off overs here, which is interesting. Oh my god, there's so many cars on the road. Hope no one's coming. There's so much movement. We also recording this kind of during not the best time.
It's lunchtime. People should be.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Intake sound. Lots of intake sound. So imagine this with a bit more of exhaust sound and intake sound. The experience is going to be even more pleasant. He's not into sound. I'm not into sound. I'm into noise, really. I'm into everything being anti-social, ruthless, rude towards the rest of the people on the road. But this is just what I was lacking to show you guys, was also the intake sound, talk about it. And we have just tons of traffic on the road now, so we're just probably gonna leave. We're gonna turn around up there and go home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you subscribe. It's a new channel for me. It's been now 4 years as a Portuguese YouTuber. It's been 3 videos as a international YouTuber. So leave a like, leave on the comment section where you're from, how you find my channel, how did you find my channel, not how you find, because how you find is like kind of a review, right?
Yeah.
And how did you find, it's like I'm from Senegal and it was on the For You page on YouTube, on the main page. I don't know, I'm just saying gibberish by now. So see you guys on the next one. Say goodbye, Hamilton.
Cheers. See you next time.